Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of The Curse, Touch of Eternity by Emily Bold, translated by Jeanette Heron, performed by Justine Eyre. Prologue. Scotland, 1740. The moon bathed the soft hills of the Scottish Highlands in a silvery glow. Cahill Stewart drew the bloody blade out of the lifeless body of his enemy. The fight had been won. He peered over the edge of the turret to see how the others in the courtyard were doing. Two of his fighters circled, swords drawn. They covered each other's backs, though they were far stronger than their opponents anyway. The rest of his men had penetrated the stone castle's main tower. He caught sight of the only woman in the fight, his wild sister. She was almost as good with a broadsword as he was. But on the blood-slicked stones of the courtyard, a single wrong move could mean the end. Despite that, he nearly smiled. It looked as if she were actually enjoying herself. Narrator had cut her skirts in preparation for the fight, and there was now a giant slash in the fabric of her moss-green bodice. Her black hair had come loose. It swung damp around her head, but she didn't even seem to notice it. Her opponent, more than a head taller and at least double her weight, was trying his best to avoid her sharp blade. Although Cahill had no doubt that Narrator could win on her own, he decided to come to her aid. She let out a gravelly laugh when she saw him, and together they mercilessly attacked the man in front of them with fast, hard hits. Metal clashed, and the fighters heaved under the strain of the heavy swords. Back and forth Cahill hit, then Narrator, as the siblings played a deadly game with their opponent. They kept slashing at their victim. His once brown shirt was hanging down in bloody rags, and soon he couldn't use his sword arm. Another hit, and the sword flew out of his hand, clanging across the stone in what they all knew was a death knell for him. Seconds later, he sank to the ground. His glazed eyes looked down to the bloody wound in his stomach, and then up to the face of the contented woman who'd just driven her weapon through his body. Cahill praised his sister, and she wiped her blade on the dead man's cloak. The deserted courtyard had grown quiet. The night sky seemed to have swallowed up all the sound, the clashing of weapons, the screams of the dying. All that was left was silence, and a courtyard drenched with the blood of every last inhabitant of the castle. A woman's lifeless body lay near one of the gates. She was wearing a simple night shift, her hair tidily hidden under a
Sample complete. Ready to continue?